side as chances went begging at both ends. Crescent Star, under the guidance of former Galatasaray and Turkish international goalkeeper.
This is the game at Fairfax Community Stadium, Blacktown against Bankstown. Sean Babbage was sent off before this opening goal that we're going to see from Paul Carbon.
Yeah, it was a...
But right now, it's time to check out our first star of tomorrow, Tolgay Ozbey.
Tolgay's very quick, very, very good young player with a big future. So we expect big things from him. He's done very well for us up to date, and he's made the Olyroos squad. So we hope that he can continue his good form.
There has probably been no other footballer in Australia who has made such an impact on the game in the past 3 months. In February, 19-year-old Blacktown City striker Tolgay Ozbey signed a short-term contract with Sydney FC.
It's a great experience. Most professional club in the country, biggest name in the country, playing with Dwight York, David Carney, Socceroo players, you know, it was just an excellent experience for me.
While Tolgay might have made just one appearance, there is no substitute for the experience gained in such a deal. An A-League Championship medal is testament to that.
Some people I'd really like to thank. There's a few right now as well, but when I was younger, they're the main people that have developed me.
Now Tolgay's in the reckoning for the 2008 Olympic Games squad, having been picked for a four-nation tournament in Vietnam.
I've never been in the Institute or the AIS, but I've been at the higher clubs in the country, and looks like that's got me through.
Tolgay first made a name for himself with Sydney Olympic, playing 5 years of youth league football before making his senior debut with Sydney United in the Old National League at the tender age of 17. Stints with Sydney Crescent Star and Fairfield Bulls followed, before he joined Blacktown this season, where his star has really shone.
The boy deserves all the accolades he's getting at the moment. I certainly hope he makes the cut for the Australian under-23s. He deserves it at this stage, and he's firing on all cylinders for us.
Look, today was a surprise result. To lose to Wollongong Wolves, who are at the bottom or one of the bottom teams, was rather surprising. So Maconie's form recently has been pretty ordinary, but they've got the players, and they certainly played some good football early on, and if they can recapture that form, I think Maconie will be there. The team that's beginning to pick up is Sydney United. Over the last 4 or 5 weeks, they've picked up and are beginning to sort of creep up that ladder, and I think Wollongong also parted with their coach Eddie Tesoro, so we've had two in 1 week, following a 2 in 1 week in Victoria. This is the game between Blacktown and Wollongong, and unfortunately for Wollongong, after a very good win last week, 4-0 against Parramatta, they came across a very, very good Blacktown, who went on and blitzed them. In fact,
has at its disposal, and it won't surprise me to see quite a few players from the competition not only come to Newcastle, for that matter.
Had 3 one-on-ones and missed every time, and then in the 93rd minute, as we'll see shortly, he's received a ball over the top, great control, one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and he's finished it off. And but the Blacktown goalkeeper Ivan Nichevsky was absolutely superb, and I would be very, very surprised if one of the A-League coaches didn't have a closer look at him. And the other player that I really thought was outstanding was Mirko Ural, the centre half for Blacktown. He's just a class at this level. And
just before the half-time break, the Demons had their moments too, but striker Tolgay Ozbey failed to take advantage when it mattered most.
A fine home run ensured Blacktown's Tolgay Ozbey finished top scorer with 13 goals. To clear.
One can say that about the way the ball is in the middle of the ground, but here's a chance now for Blacktown City can go forward. Here's the danger man, Ozbey. He's got him behind him, takes his shot into the side netting.
He is so light and quick. I mean, he had a couple of metres to deal with there, and he left defenders in his wake. He's so quick in and around that area.
We might take a look at it again. I just wonder whether Luke Rutenberg was in a better position if he had pulled the ball. Here he is, just getting inside. Look, he's taken on 2 defenders, beat them, and then fires it across. I thought...
game Newcastle did come back from was against, of course, the champions, Sydney FC, in round 10 last season. The game finished 1 apiece. Now, Coveney is perhaps offside. No. Here's Bridge. Flag stayed down. And Bridge had taken a league encounter. It's 5-0. 5 goals. Melbourne, of course, beat Sydney by that scoreline. Thompson. Half blocked. Here's Ozbey. Great pace by Ozbey. That's one of. Here's Ozbey. He's got a good motor when he gets his head down.
Good play from Simon Lynch. Good pace. I just thought for a second he scored from a similar position last week.
Ozbey. That's a good ball from Tolgay Ozbey. Griffiths. Rokopoulos likes to scout around the local leagues. He's aware that there's plenty of ability there. Ozbey's another one. It was his ball in. Back at Park.
So just by pure enthusiasm and energy.
Liam Reddy under pressure over Adelaide United as a late substitute. He was on the bench against the Knights last weekend. He scored an absolute shitload of goals for...
a couple of times that they had the ability to go and win this match. They defended very well, Queens, there's no doubt about that. But you had the feeling if they...
We have pictures from the clash between Blacktown and Parramatta, with 2 goals in this clash coming from Newcastle-bound striker Tolgay Ozbey, who, as I said, netted twice and now takes the lead from the Marconi Stallion striker Tony Farrier, incidentally, who will be his teammate at Newcastle Jets next season in the race for the Golden Boot in the New South Wales Premier League.